how do you plan a business where you know, the rocket business, you know some of these things are going to blow up on the launch pad? How does the business plan work?
I don't really have a business plan.
Everyone in this room is inspired by you. Who are you inspired by?
Well, Kanye West, obviously. That's what you said.
Are most likely to be bad rather than, like that's why we tax cigarettes and alcohol, because those are probably bad for you. Certainly cigarettes are. And
I think Mars should really have great bars. The Mars bar. It's all right.
crazy car to have as a daily driver, particularly on the 405.
So, but I understand when you got it,
Yeah.
you're driving down 280, and you wrecked it.
No. Well.
And let me just tell the story, and then you
okay,
can correct
all
it,
right.
because the story's great, and I
I mean,
hope it's
yeah.
true.
Let's see if the story that you tell is actually how that compares to the
We'll see if
reality,
it's
because
an
the
urban
reality is
legend.
pretty messed up.
So, hopefully the reality's better. So you wreck the car, you get out of the car, you're doubling over with laughter, and the
Really?
person with you said, "Why are you laughing that you just wrecked this car?" And you said, "No, you don't know the funny part. It wasn't insured."
Well, the punchline's correct.
I think there is other intelligent life outside the Earth.
It seems probable, but I think this is one of the great questions in physics and philosophy, is where are the aliens? Maybe they're among us, I don't know. Some people think I'm an alien. Not true. Not true.
But maybe we are aliens.
Of course I'd say that,
maybe
wouldn't
we
I?
are aliens.
Well, I think any natural resource extraction on Mars would be, the output would be for Mars. Like, it definitely wouldn't make sense to transport stuff 200 million miles back to Earth. Honestly, like if you had like crack cocaine on Mars, like in prepackaged, pallets, it still wouldn't make sense to transport it back here. Maybe good times for the Martians, but not back here. It'd be kind of weird if the aliens landed in the ocean with parachutes and be like, okay, nothing to fear. I mean, I think it ends up being a moot point because you want to bring the spaceship back. Like, these spaceships are expensive, okay? If they're hard to build, you can't just leave them there. So whether or not people want to come back or not is kind of, like, they can jump on if they want, but they need the spaceship back.
Actually met a woman I dated briefly in college, who now works at Scientific American as a writer, and she related the anecdote that we went on a date. All I was talking about was electric cars. That was not a winning conversation.
So it was a bit of a monologue, was it?
Yeah, she said she said the first question I asked her was, "Do you ever think about electric cars?" She said, "No." She never does.
So you learn from that. That wasn't the best shout-out line.
Wasn't great.
That's
But
great.
it has recently it's been more effective.
There you go. I know this man.
But when we talk, I remember when you first told me that you were thinking about tunnels.
Yeah, when
And
did I first tell you about that?
years ago.
Okay, it's like a long time ago.
Yeah,
Like,
I
other
thought
people
you were
think-
joking.
Yeah, it was. I was joking, but
Young people globally who want to be like Elon Musk. What's your advice to them?
I think that probably they shouldn't want to be.
You?
I think it sounds better than it is.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not as much fun being me as you'd think. I don't know.
You don't think so?
No. There's definitely, it could be worse for sure, but it's, I'm not sure I'm not sure I want to be me.
Okay.
But if, spoon is just a small bowl on a stick used to eat from a larger bowl. He is earnestly presenting this in Congress.
Also, it's kind of tipping into the political area, which is like,
Yeah.
I don't know, who needs it?
You know what would be funny? Get off my lawn.
That would
Just get off my lawn would
That
be
would be-
great.
that would be really good.
Hi, my name is Rahul Sanad from Los Angeles, and I have a Tesla watch.
You know, we do not make Tesla watches, I should point out.
It's electric. But
How much money did y'all spend with that kind of $5, $10, $20 incentive to get that critical mass going?
That was a fair amount. I think it was probably $60 or $70 million.
Oh, wow, okay, so it was a
Yeah, it was-
substantial. Oh, okay, so we're not talking peanuts here. Yeah, this is.
Yeah, it depends on your relative scale.
Yeah,
It's a peanut to Google.
Yes, no, that's right, that's right.
Yes, peanut.
Why don't you have Solar City providing your electricity?
This is a little sad. The reason we don't have solar power right now is that Tesla is not yet a good enough credit. I know this sounds ridiculous.
Let me guess. You are a no-case guy.
That's correct. Living on the edge.
The point of doing this is to just give the hardcore smackdown to gasoline cars.
Although there's competitors now ramping up, and
Yeah.
as you're familiar with BYD, which is also on the West Coast, I think they're ramping up production of their electric vehicles. Warren Buffett owns 10% stake in that. Why do you laugh? BYD is trying to compete. Why do you laugh?
Have you seen their car?
You're obviously a very competitive person. You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in...
Jeff who? Here we are on top of our giant ball of liquid oxygen. They say SpaceX has big balls, and it's true. There was some recent article about how I'm such a great marketer. And I say the stupidest things. That can't possibly be true. My issue is that I don't have a filter, not that I have too much of a filter.
Actually, you know what's great is the Lego movie. I really like the Lego movie. It's really great.
Okay, I know what the headline tomorrow's now going to be.
Everything is awesome.
Our own U.S. Air Force is funding the Russians to compete against us. It's super messed up. I mean, what the,
Didn't you say to me earlier in this conversation, we don't want to do business with jerks?
Who does?
Right. Well, so I'm wondering, in my business, sadly, it's occasionally necessary.
What's unfortunate? Shot of green planets on a red background, and I thought, okay, maybe that would get
It's a money shot. You got to beam
It'll
that
be
back.
the money shot, yeah. I'm never quite sure whether that's a sort of a word you can use or not. You know, nobody's CEO of a company forever. I mean, eventually, you know, they carry you out. You know, a friend asked me at a party, hey, what are you going to call a third generation car? I was like, well, we've got the S and the X, we might as well make it the E, you know. And then it kind of stuck, even though we're just kidding. And then just to sort of add to it, we also just for laughs trademarked the Model Y. But I guess things are pretty dry in the trademark world, so nobody picked up on that. And anyway, then Ford gave us a call and said they were going to sue us for using Model E. And we're like, okay, like Ford's killing sex. I mean, that's terrible.
Wait, don't go in that way. Don't go in that way. Go away from me.
Crazy.
Go away from me.
Okay. Okay. Oh, Jesus, sorry. Speaking of mishaps, I just stabbed you.
That's the reason why I'm sitting here talking with a guy from Tesla.
All right, you get the last word, my friend.
I love you, Will.
Stock price down again today, 10%. Do you care about that?
I mean, it kind of sucks running a public company.
You think it's more dangerous to patent than not to patent?
Since our primary competitors are national governments, the enforceability of patents is questionable. Much less than we spend on healthcare, but maybe more than we spend on lipstick, you know, something like that. And I like lipstick. It's not like I've got anything against it. Yeah, I can't wait for that comment to go out there. Previously,
when people have tried to make a reusable system, they found that they would get some portion of the way and then conclude that success was not one of the possible outcomes. In government programs, of course, the program would still continue for quite some time.